The Merc with the Mouth.
I am soaking wet right now.
The most memorable mutant.
Let's fucking go.
Meets the MCU. A marvelous masterpiece. Let's get into it.
Are you ready? Fuck yeah, I'm ready. I'm the Wolverine.
What is going on, everybody? It is yours truly, the Ace, here with my spoiler-free review to Deadpool and Wolverine. Join me down in the comment section and let me know what you thought about this movie. Did it meet your expectations? Did it fall short? I would love to know. Also, I will be having a spoiler-filled review that I will be shooting tomorrow with a bunch of special guests, so make sure you tune into that one. This was the most anticipated movie of the year by everybody, but did it live up to the hype? Let's talk about it. Deadpool and Wolverine is the most fun that you will have in a Marvel movie. A non-stop joyride from the beginning to the end. The entire time I had such a huge smile on my face, and it also adds a ton of heart that I didn't expect. I went into this movie, one of my most anticipated movies. We all know MCU hasn't been the best as of late. But I'm going to tell you this, in my opinion, I think this is the movie to get MCU back on track. This truly is everything I expected from a Deadpool and Wolverine movie. It's fun, hilarious, action-packed. The antics are there. At the forefront of this, Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, so synonymous with the characters of Logan and Deadpool that you can't even imagine anybody else playing them. The fact that they're friends off-screen just adds to the character chemistry and the dynamic. You got Wolverine, the more serious, grounded, angry character, mixed with Deadpool, the humorous Merc with the Mouth. It's the perfect pairing of opposites. That's the driving force of this film. Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are at their best with these characters, and that says a lot considering how good the first two Deadpools are and considering how good Hugh Jackman was in Logan. I think they're both top tier in this. Ryan Reynolds yet again is in his bag as Deadpool. The quips, the jokes, the references, the inappropriateness are all on full display, much like the first two, but better in this one, to the point where you don't know what's going to come out of his mouth next, and I love it. Then you counter that with Hugh Jackman, who continues to capture the anger, the ferociousness of Wolverine. I'm going to tell you this, I think that this was the best appearance that we've seen from Wolverine, and that does include Logan. I know that says a lot, but how they're able to add more layers to both of these established characters. The Logan character, you add more regret with a sense of remorse for what happened through his universe. Not going to give you any spoilers, but it just adds so much more heart to the character. Then with Deadpool, it's not just about saving his universe. It's about finding a semblance of importance in his life and protecting the people that he loves. And how perfectly portrayed these performances were add to how great this movie was. Action-wise, this movie was epic. I was a little concerned going in that Disney was going to tone it down, but this is the goriest Marvel movie to date. It definitely earned its rated R. This movie gives the audience exactly what they want to see. Deadpool versus Wolverine. These two characters with the ability to regenerate so you can be as brutal and over the top as you want. And it is absolutely satisfying to see these two square off. It delivers in a way that we have not seen from previous Marvel movies because of its rated R, along with very, very creative fight scenes, not just when they're squaring off, but throughout the course of this film. And dare I say, this might be one of the best action movies in the MCU. Really good visuals in this. Wolverine's claws, the best that they've ever looked. That's the power of Disney. Much bigger budget, way better visuals. Along with a fire-ass soundtrack that just goes so well with these action sequences. I never would have thought some of the songs that are in this movie would go so well with killing people. The previous Deadpool and MCU movies have always had good soundtracks, but this one has way more fun with them. Now let's talk cameos. This is what a lot of us expected from Multiverse of Madness. Being that Deadpool's a very self-aware character, you can do the references, the Easter eggs, the cameos, and it not feel forced at all. I don't think it goes cameo crazy to the point where it takes away from the movie. It's cameo quality over cameo quantity. And when it decides to focus on that, you can do the appearances more justice. Now, you do have the quick little fan cast cameos, which add to the humor and the awe of the movie, but then you have the more serious ones that add focus and add more purpose to the actual plot that help drive the story along as well. With how well these cameos have been done, it truly does feel like this is a love letter to the Foxverse, and with me going back and doing the Fox Watch, which I'm still in the middle of, it really does bring up old feelings, and it's great to see some of these characters on screen again done a hell of a lot better, because my previous issues have always been they've had great casting but just terrible writing. So it's good to see them in the MCU no matter how briefly it is, and they were just so well done. Not a lot I didn't like about this movie. Plot wise, I thought it was okay. Nothing super intricate, over the top. It wasn't trying to reinvent the superhero movie. It just told us a really good story based around Wolverine and Deadpool, which is what we wanted. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. The stakes are a little bit higher than what we previously saw in movies, but not anything in the MCU. It is more of a smaller, self-contained MCU story, but that's okay. But like I said, I just thought it was okay. It worked for the story they were trying to tell. It was solid. Also, we have two things in the mid-credit scene. First is a mid-credit sequence that kind of is a Fox tribute that takes you behind the scenes from every single Fox movie made. It is such a good time to watch because it's very emotional, especially somebody like myself who I grew up watching these movies from the early 2000s. I'm even doing the Fox Watch, and it just takes you back to a time of your childhood where you were like, wow, it's crazy to see, and it was just such a good montage. The second is a end credit scene that is a running joke throughout the course of this movie that is absolutely hilarious. Must watch. Definitely stay to the end. It's worth it. Before I give you my overall thoughts, make sure you guys go to spreadshot.com/daaceavenue for your Deadpool and Wolverine inspired merchandise and more. The biggest movie of the year. Make sure you cop your merchandise, and if you take a picture of it, send it to the Ace Avenue and I'll post it right here on the channel. But overall, this movie was epic. Everything I could have expected from a Deadpool and Wolverine movie and more. The most fun time I've had in a Marvel movie in the longest. Score-wise, I'm going to give this a solid 9 out of 10. A must-see for all MCU fans. Does this movie bring the MCU back? Only time will tell, but you know I'm going to be here to cover it. Thank you guys. This was a spoiler-free review. I will have a spoiler-filled one I will be shooting tomorrow with a bunch of guests, so make sure you guys tune in for that one. And for your sports movies and more, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe. But as always, thank you for tuning into the Ace Avenue. I am yours truly, the Ace. Adios.